Having reached 27 years old, I now have anxiety. I don't have my own dog with anxiety yet, but I managed to get friends who have a dog with anxiety. But most importantly, hopefully, by 27 years old, I learned how to cope with my own anxiety, and I'm on the way to learn how to manage the dog's anxiety. Moin moin, dear people, old, new, my friends, the friends of my friends, my relatives, and anyone in the world who found this channel and who thought that possibly the things I'm talking about might be interesting for them. I'm Anna of Northern Germany. I'm a survivor, a fighter, a writer, and on this channel I like talking about books, about important world topics, and about mental health, because without proper mental health, when everything is fine in your upper story, you cannot really talk about anything else and enjoy your life. So sometimes I tend to overwork myself or overstress myself, and then I need to do the relaxation, like the intense relaxation. I need to bring my awareness to things that I'm doing, that I'm reading, I'm listening to, what I'm doing, how often I'm going outside, because I tend to neglect this, especially now because Timmy dog was with me for the first week, and for the next week he is going to be with our friend. And my friends, since their pronouns are USA for the next 2 weeks, well, there is one more week left, I have a lot of space to relax myself and to hopefully prepare myself to a different life, because possibly soon I'm moving out. It's not clear yet, but let's hope. Let's hope I'm moving out soon. In this video, I will show you how I reduce my anxiety when it hits the top and the pot is boiling. And also I will share some tips of saving money, because I think I'm good at saving money. And yeah, enjoy hopefully. To motivate oneself to start the recovery process, you need a treat, and I treat myself to one book, my childhood story, The Witch. And it's funny because I think the salesperson already recognizes me. I don't know if it's cringe or it's cool. And I look into Murakami's book as well, but I don't buy it. I only read it and spend some time in the bookshop because it costs 31 euro, and I am saving money. And also Alexei Navalny is watching me in the shop, and it's a bit creepy but also cool. Getting oneself a treat must motivate you to do something more difficult, like going for some food to buy. And here I am very proud of myself because I bought 7-year food list and then some more in 3 days, and I think I will manage to maintain myself and also not to starve and to have everything that I'm needed. And I don't need too much, I don't overbuy stuff. I used to save a lot of money when I was still a volunteer. I saved money buying the stock food, something dry that can stay for a long time, and also some beauty products. Well, most of them you can buy in the supermarket, and other food like vegetables you can buy on a discount. Also, to regain control, cleaning helps. Yeah, it's weird, but it does help, and that's why it's easier to start cleaning than to start learning something or to start doing the actual work. And yeah, I had quite an unpleasant breakdown last week. That's why I had to push myself, and I'm really losing the control of the situation because I have to apply for a flat. Then job center had to approve my flat, and it was very unpleasant. And also people on the internet really tend to diminish the amount of work that refugees had to do for themselves. And for example, IT specialists, they call themselves idiots because some people are capable of living on the job center benefits for ages and they have to do everything by themselves. But I'm really envious to IT specialists because my dream is to get rid of the job center. But so far, I'm working on it, and hopefully I will get my place. And yeah, I also remind you that you shouldn't forget to feed yourself. And even now I'm eating bread for lunch. It's a very German thing, and I never thought that it would work for me, but it's at least something. Recently, I watched several videos of people saying that, unfortunately, guys, stupid walks for stupid mental health and sports do help. And this is true. I think I feel much better when I do walk in comparison when I don't walk. But somehow it's very, very difficult for me to force myself to go for a walk. I mostly do walk for the sake of Timmy, because Timmy does need a walk and he knows how to ask for a walk, although he's a labradoodle, and sometimes my friends say that he needs only 2 proper walks a week, but I don't think so. And yeah, he's 12 years old, but he's quite energetic. I am envious. And walks are something that I'm ready to do for the sake of Timmy or another dog, because I really want to get a dog, but I don't really derive pleasure from walks. Although, yeah, if I find something beautiful, if I go to Begedorf, because for example in Begedorf there are cherry trees which are going to blossom hopefully soon. And this walk that I did, it's the walk in the fields. Personally, for me, I prefer going to Hamburg, and I enjoy hearing people, but here it's also an opportunity for me to see pretty houses with gardens and also some nature, some birds. For example, my friends, they have special binoculars, they are searching for stalks. I don't tend to search for stalks, but this time I spotted 2 birds which were mating or fighting or hitting each other. Unfortunately, I couldn't show you horses because normally on this walk you can see horses, but not this time. And I think I met like a couple of people, and I felt a bit lonely. I'm tired after this walk, but also I saw quite nice footage. I have walked 6 kilometers and I am pretty much dead, but before I collapse on the couch in the living room because I don't feel my legs, maybe you would say, yeah, 6 kilometers is nothing. Not for me. I'm not a walker. But I felt like complaining about something. I today bought this mask, and this is my favorite mask because it's good ratio, good relation between, or good ratio between the price, and it's also half mass market, half not a mass market, and my hair is quite picky when we talk about everything concerning hair products, and I'm quite happy about this one, but I bought it today. and it cost the same price, but I thought something has changed. Something has changed. Then I looked at it, it said 400 milliliters, and I thought, this is 500. This rebranding is amazing. Thank you very much. Yeah, we are all screwed up and our economy is screwed up. But if I'm honest, actually, I enjoyed my walk. I think it was because I had my phone with me and I had a chance to look around searching for things to film. And I think it's a good practice for me to distract myself from my thoughts a bit and to pay attention to what is going on around me. I should get back to the photography. I really want to. I have a film camera and I really enjoy taking photos with it. Dog. Yeah, I feel like I'm tired. I really want to doom scroll, but I will resist. I'm still postponing to do this stuff because I need to fill these for the drop center. And I'm looking into recipe which I would love to make because this one is my favorite recipe. I can show it to you. Look. Unfortunately, I won't be able to cook it tonight because apparently, well, you need zucchinis for this one, but the problem was that I can make those without zucchinis, but our carrots died. They expired. That's the problem of the fridge of my friends because it's like full, but when you look into it, and I should really look into it and throw everything that is like dead already, and after that I can maybe refill it and then I can cook this maybe on Friday. I will show it to you because it's my favorite recipe. And today I think I'll make some schnitzel for myself because it's important against your anxiety, because the first thing that I stop doing, I stop eating if I have anxiety. And I also want to read this. It's the book that I'm currently borrowing from my friends because they're studying Spanish, but it's a bit difficult for them, and I really want to read it while their pronouns are USA, and I also feel a bit pressured because of that. But the book is nice so far, it's interesting. And do you want an update on the sweater? Maybe there are some people who are interested in that. So sweater is doing like this. Yeah, it's, oh, you can see through it, but it's not perfect, but I think it's fine. It's a bit, you know, a bit of this, a bit of that. My brain is not working today, but then I will make some like pattern or writing. There's going to be a phrase with this yarn. It's actually very nice and very soft, but if I made the sweater only using this yarn, it would be less transparent, but I have a suspicion it would be very, very, very like sweaty and hot, and it would be too hot in this sweater, so I didn't use that. Yeah, and it's sunny again, but it's very cold. Sadly, when I'm stressed and when I'm overworked and when I'm anxious, it's very difficult for me to overcome the desire to doom scroll. And as I have already mentioned several times in my previous videos, it's very difficult to read because it needs concentration, and you're already concentrated on anxiety constantly. And I'm trying, I really have to make an effort to read, and it might lead to a reading slope, but I think reading is still better than scrolling. And of course, for you to rest, you must do nothing. You must do nothing. You must let your brain rest, and you mustn't listen to anything. You mustn't read anything or scroll. But when you have anxiety, you really want something to be going on the background, something that you can hear, and something that can make your thoughts a bit less loud. And I know it's unhealthy, but I enjoy true crime podcasts or podcasts with interview with some people who interest me. And for example, I was listening to the podcast with the propaganda reporter, and it appeared to be even more interesting than I had expected it to be. And I think I had a nice evening while cooking. And for me, it's important to relax, to do something with my hands, and to listen to something without watching, because when I watch, I get more tired and more overwhelmed. But when I listen, it's a bit better. I remember when I was leaving Russia, my granny told me, don't you dare take your pills in front of other people, they will think you're crazy. And now I'm proud to say that I'm capable of taking my pills in front of the whole internet. And I do feel like it's important to see for people that you also need medical help for your relapse not to happen again. And please go see a doctor, and vitamins you can buy by yourself in Osman if you want. Also, unfortunately, to overcome anxiety, sometimes you need to get things done, something that you have been postponing for a long time. And I gathered some papers, and I needed to write an email to the person who is hopefully going to rent the flat to me. And you see that I'm suffering, but it's better to do it and forget about it, and to know that you have done it. And actually, you might realize that it is just 10 minutes, but you have been suffering for days and days, postponing this work. And after that, yeah, you'll still have anxiety, but it will become much better. Do you see this peaceful creature? This angel? This floofy floof? And you must be thinking that, yeah, Anna, you have anxiety, but also you live with this wonderful creature who was born to reduce the anxiety. But you know what I must say? This one doesn't necessarily make my life easier, because I think sometimes dogs tend to do everything to kill themselves, because I don't know. Yesterday, this one, yes, Timmy, you, he almost jumped in front of a car. And I know all his tricks. It's been more than 2 years since I'm in Germany, since I'm living together with my friends, and I'm trying to help around. And if my friends cannot take him on a walk, for example, I try to take over. And I know all his little mischievous things. And I know that this dog, who is doing a bit of Heil Hitler, this dog doesn't know what it means to have road boundaries. Not at all. And I cannot say that he isn't a smart dog. I would say that he is very intelligent, but only when it is convenient for him. And I have been wondering recently, because I remember when I still lived in Russia, we had lots of these dogs who were running in packs. We were always amazed looking at them when they were standing at the crosswalk, and crowd standing also, or if it was empty, they were waiting till the green light appears, and everyone was amazed, and we were watching them thinking, I'm smart. And I wonder, is it like the survival skill that knowing road boundaries when you're a street dog is necessary because otherwise you won't survive? Or really, I don't know. I often think about the book which is called The Last Family in England. It's a very dramatic book, but it's Matt Haig. It's a good book. It's a very traumatizing, very sad book, but yeah, recently Matt Haig is being criticized, and I feel a bit weird saying that he's my favorite author, although I don't have to explain, I don't have to justify or search for excuses to love Matt Haig. Just, yeah, the internet is screwed up. And basically, I don't want to spoiler the book, but the idea of the book is that there are Labradors, and they are like duty before all, sniffing only goes with duty, and there are also Springers, like Springer Spaniels, and they arranged an uprising, and they promote sniffing for pleasure. I think Timmy, although he is a Labradoodle, yes, he is a Labradoodle, but I think this doodle part is a bit too much in him, maybe. And I think if the uprising existed, he would have joined. I'm sure 100%. Another thing that is dumb hell obvious is meditation, and they do help, and also sports. And I am usually doing meditation from the channel of Yoga with Adrienne. I have already mentioned it several times, and you can see that I have done many videos of Adrienne, and I'm sure that she has a video for every mood, for every problem, and she also struggles with anxiety. Sometimes I can see that, because sometimes when her dog is lying behind her, she feels like touching it to check if the dog is alive. I hope her dog is well and healthy, but I understand the feeling when you have a pet, especially when the pet is already old or not very healthy. You have to check all the time with your anxiety. And yeah, I opted for yoga this time, and not yoga, meditation, though yoga is also good. I have difficult relationships with sport, although I do enjoy swimming. But also, to get swimming, you need to go to another town, because in our town there is no swimming pool. And I unfortunately cannot force myself to do lifting training or something very intense, because my body is protesting. I have been pushing myself for too long, I guess, to do several things, and now my body refuses to do a lot of something that is not my favorite, and it doesn't accept that. So yeah, I do yoga. And you can see from the video that I move my head a lot, and during the 10 minutes that you can see in the time lapse, because it's extremely difficult for me to get rid of my thoughts, to sit in stillness and silence, and that's why I prefer doing yoga with guidance, to hear someone's voice to concentrate on. And that was pretty much it. I'm very proud of myself because my recent videos are shorter. I'm getting there. I'm very happy about my tripod that I have. Unfortunately, so far, if I'm moving, I will need my money, so I cannot invest money into a camera. But hopefully, if I get a proper job, I will invest my money in the camera. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I really hope that my relaxation week vlogs help you to pay attention to yourself, to take care of yourself, because yeah, it's very important. It's crucial for you to get going, to develop, to basically enjoy your life, and not to relapse if you have had conditions previously or some problems with mental health. And if you feel like sharing your ways of relaxation, I'm very happy to hear your ideas, because I'm collecting all possible ways how to relax, because I have to teach myself to do that mechanically, because in my body, in my mind, there are no preset, there are no settings, like, default settings, how to relax, and I have to teach myself. And there had been a vlog in which I collected the ideas from my friends. Maybe I'll link it somewhere. I don't know, you can watch it if you want. But yeah, I will be very happy to hear how you calm yourself down during the unsettling times when you are anxious, how you take control of your life. Yeah. Well, it got colder, so my magic spell worked last time. And the weather is quite pleasant. It's sunny. Yesterday it rained. And yeah, that's nothing else to add, I guess. I wish you love, and peace from unknown northern Germany. I hope you're not anxious, and if you are, choose. Well, if you thought I forgot, no. I have an anxiety alarm clock, and usually if I promise something, I do it. So this is my favorite recipe. And as I had already said, the dry food like rice or the canned food we store, and vegetables we buy on the discount. I bought everything on the discount except for carrots, but carrots, there is a ton of carrots in this bag, and yeah, the main thing for them not to go bad, because sometimes they tend to do that. If you don't let them to go bad, you can use them for quite a while. And yeah, what else? I really love this recipe. I don't call myself a vegetarian, although I eat almost vegetarian. It's like really rare I eat meat. I don't even like the taste of meat. And why I don't call myself a vegetarian? Because I have a friend, and when he was young, he was famous for converting people into vegetarians, and he was very aggressive in that. And yeah, I just want to say, Klaus, you will never win. What I'm planning to do now, I'm going to watch Gilmore Girls until I cannot watch Gilmore Girls anymore, because I will feel sick from that. Yeah, now definitely choose.